Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Makara, back at it again with another video at hand. Today I got inspired. I was watching a video by, I believe her name is Nicole Ortega. She's talking about Cleopatra and the energy of the woman. So this one is going to be a very, very powerful video, guys, okay? So get strapped in, okay? Get some popcorn, get some coffee or whatever, and let's get started, okay? So the first thing I wanted to start off with is talking about the idea of how approaching somebody or talking to them, like talking to a complete stranger, is an offering. It's an offering of your energy. Okay, it's an offering of your life force. It's a tribute. You rejecting an offering is still an offering. So this is one understanding that I want you to get before we proceed further. Next is, we all hoes, okay? Because we're always selling a specific part of ourselves. You gotta ask yourself, for what price? You determine the value. You get a job for a contract that gives you life force energy in the form of money. So when you double down on your calling, or what you're really meant to do in this life, that's when you sell from an aligned standpoint. So the Cleopatra frequency is, as a woman, you are selling your sensuality. You're using your sensuality for the highest good. That's that Cleopatra energy. She was the type of woman who was highly intelligent. She could match Caesar's military acumen and strategy in her mind. So as a woman and as a man, you have a responsibility to use your sacral center in order to create. It's a woman's responsibility to use her beauty, her radiance, her power, her Shakti energy in order to bring good to the world. Not through manipulation, not through the dark feminine control, not through striving for survival, not through, security, none of that, okay? You see a lot of female influencers who are telling you how to be shittier versions of men, basically. And hey, feel free to disagree with me, but I think a lot of female influencer content is very masculine. It doesn't tap into that feminine essence. This is why I love listening to and watching Nicole, because it's clear that she's very smart, but she has a feminine energy. And I feel that receptivity, that openness, that radiance, that feminine quality that empowers the world through her videos. However, then I take like the, who's that girl? The Wizard Liz or whatever. And she gives you like some content like,
you gotta go out and grind, you gotta go out and get it, Make that money, let's go, okay?
Are you really trying to become a puzzle piece to fit into this hustle grind mentality culture? We get it, right? We get it. You gotta hustle, you gotta grind. I know that you have to have a work ethic and have some level of grit and move forward and have resilience. But not having a proper masculine role model or a feminine role model, you're gonna get so scattered in this thing. You see what I'm saying? This is also perhaps why I aspire to transcend and speak to these deities and entities, because people don't get it, man. It's a different language that I'm speaking right now. Like, we can use our sensual energy to co-create. We can speak from that place. We can speak from that sacral. We can make things very intimate if we choose to. So I'm summoning my words right now, very wisely. Now, all of my future girlfriends listening to this video, watching this video, let me tell you something. In my early 20s, this is kind of funny, but I named my magic wand, okay, that's an innuendo, I assume you know what I'm talking about, Caesar. I named my masculine part after a Roman emperor. And hey, maybe at the time it was just like an ego thing, I was like, hey, that sounds dope, right? Or whatever. But now I'm reinterpreting this data as something in my subconscious that understood that man's military acumen and polymath energy. This frequency is enough to change my understanding, worldview, confidence, structure, everything. Caesar would always be able to anticipate what his opponents would do, but his opponents would never be able to anticipate what he was up to. You see, he lived in this world where everything is possible and pregnant with spiritual potential. Also, let's not forget that the word Caesar has the word seize in it. To seize something means to go ahead and take it, right? To seize the day means to own the day. Carpe diem. Somehow, this is the masculine energy of I am unapologetically me. And you can't shake me from that. It's the energy of being a rock and the woman feeling that you're a rock. That you're not easily budged. You're not twitching all the time and flinching all the time at the comments that she makes. It's the spirit of Haithumos of I came, I saw, I conquered. End of story. I got the job done. End of story. How I made it happen, what I'm going to do next, what is the principle of valor? That's all secondary to the frequency of veni vidi vici, okay? Caesar basically has plot armor. You guys know what that means? So in a video game, right, you would need to get to a certain level in order to even kill him. So that's the thing. You have to have some intricacies in your plot, in your storyline, in your storytelling towards yourself. So why did I subconsciously name my junk Caesar? Number one, I respected that energy subconsciously. He read voraciously. He knew the Roman law in depth, guys. He was born with many advantages, and he made sure that he took care to maximize them. I grew up with a silver spoon. Parents both doctors. I had advantages, bro. You get that? I had advantages. You could say, oh, he's a trust fund baby, whatever. But I went a completely different path to my parents. They wanted me to be a doctor. I'm a doctor in a different realm. I'm more like Doctor Strange in this bitch, right? That's the type of medicine man that I am. He won elections by the slimmest of margins. That's that luck frequency that I was talking about yesterday. Go watch that video. It's mine, I spend it. It's mine, I spend it. I'm riding around and I'm getting it. Okay, 2 Chainz would probably tap into Caesar's frequency. And he was heavily funded by rich people, right? Crassus, his nephew, who fought for him after, Cleopatra got with Mark Antony. He was like, hey, man, you can't do my homie Caesar dirty like that, right? And led to, the downfall of all of that. So his nephew went, hell nah. Caesar had a very strange mix of confidence and humility together. So what was his charm? I mean, besides his power and royalty, high status in Rome, we get that, right? Many people knew him, we get that. He was also an excellent orator and speaker. He would be able to communicate words and enchant people to be basking in the afterglory of Caesar's words. He had a sharp wit and acumen about him. He had a sharp sense of humor, charm, personality. He had a strong character. The word character means to carve, so he chose to carve his destiny. Moreover, all these traits combined, and he becomes a powerful politician, plus a military genius. He inspired loyalty through his leadership, strategy, and tactics. He made people feel at ease. His charisma alone could keep all the Roman soldiers in line when they got emo or grumpy or, started being a little bit bitch-made, right? His humor relaxed them into their feminine and got them back on track to win and crush the day. So take a look at this frequency, right? And I'm also going to speak about the frequency of both of them coming together, which is the Heros Gamos. And I understand that's with God and Goddess, but you got to understand Cleopatra was connected to the pharaohs, and I'm sure Caesar had his own spiritual lineage that he was tapping into, okay? Bro, Caesar was one of those guys who was a master at everything he did. You know how they say master of none? That didn't even register in his reality. Because anything he would touch, it would turn to gold like Midas. I mean, let's not forget the betrayal from his brother Brutus, but other than that, so he was a jack of all trades, master of plenty. This Renaissance man polymath frequency of being the overlapper, the spider that catches ideas in his web, not only drew Cleopatra, But start to understand why was Cleopatra drawn to his power, his position. He's one of the most powerful men at the time, right? And what Cleopatra did, which was very interesting, so I'm speaking to both genders here, we're gods and goddesses in training, we have to understand both sides. Cleopatra rolled herself up in a carpet as a gift and sent it to Caesar, and she came out of the carpet. Almost like, you know how you have a stripper out of a birthday cake type of thing? Right? You'd be like, whoa, like at someone's bachelorette party, right? So she had created that weird shock factor, that unexpected glitch in Caesar's world, where she was speaking to him and making him feel happy and enhancing his mood. In fact, there were records to say that Caesar would laugh the most when he was in the presence of Cleopatra. So he got himself to actually relax and let go a little bit, because otherwise he's taking care of all of the strategy and, military tactics. But that feminine energy comes and melts him into that Leela, that divine play, in the moment, and he starts chuckling at some random joke that she's making. And so what did Caesar subconsciously do? He would start to associate his happiness with Cleopatra because he felt happy in her presence. Cleopatra would never be in a bad mood, complaining, bitching about stuff like other women probably that Caesar had come across in all of the lands. Cleopatra just kept this nice, shiny, illustrious, radiant quality about her. And with the wit and intelligence, that's like a magnet. Which man wouldn't want all of his 5 bodies stimulated, right? Physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual. Now, this is a very rare breed quality that I'm talking to you guys today about. I mean, not only do you not have people like that to this day, like who's a historian, a political leader, a poet, a religious reformer? I mean, bro, like even to his haircut, right? Everything about him was just unique. And so Cleopatra came along and used her wit, her sensuality, her radiance, her beauty as a woman to allure Caesar's masculine polarity, which was one of domination. So that level of that chemistry, that love, that romance that was generating between these two created a hero's gamos, which then gave birth to Little Caesar, okay? Not the Little Caesars down the street, okay? That's out of business. I'm talking about their son, okay? Caesarion, also known as Ptolemy the 15th, the last pharaoh of Ptolemaic Egypt. How well is that? The last progeny, the last seed that was left as a result of them. Bow chicka wow wow, what you want to say? That was the offspring of those two powerful frequencies. And now I've understood that one of my hip chakra deities is associated with the frequency I'm telling you, of Caesarion. Now, is this all ego gratification nonsense? I don't know, but I do know that it's helped me thus far, and I keep refining, and I keep choosing to refine into this edge, into this essence, to not only empower myself using my own sexual life force energy as a supernova, as a charger. I know the plug is infinite. So let's get it. Upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button. Join the tribe, the community. We channel every Monday. Okay? We have a podcast every Wednesday. You already know the drill. Okay? Let's get it. May you never be the same again. And I'll see you on the other side.